This is some next-level Harvey Weinstein stuff. Those were the exact words spoken by Joe Rogan on his JRE podcast after hearing how many underage victims Sean Diddy Combs had allegedly targeted, as the wave of accusations against him burst into the spotlight. Diddy is accused of molesting, abusing, and raping countless children, some manipulated, others drugged. The once untouchable hip-hop mogul now faces a mountain of charges: sex trafficking, rape, and systematic exploitation of minors, and those barely out of high school. From Billy Cummings to multiple Jane Does, the accounts are far too many, far too detailed, and far too consistent to dismiss. Rogan didn't mince words. When you've got this many victims stepping up with this much detail, it's not just smoke, it's a 5-alarm fire. And the feds don't raid mansions without cause. Now, the identities of minors Diddy allegedly abused have surfaced publicly, and the world is stunned by the horrors he and his circle inflicted.
Billy Cummings. May inni. A childhood stolen on set.
Billy Cummings was only a wide-eyed 14-year-old, dazzled by the chance to visit the set of a notorious B.I.G. music video in 1995 when she first crossed paths with Diddy. What should have been a dream experience twisted into horror as she claims Diddy lured her into a dressing room and brutally molested her. One moment I was watching the shoot, the next I was trapped, his hands all over me, Cummings revealed in a 2023 interview. For decades, she buried the trauma, silenced by Diddy's power and reach. When she finally spoke as an adult, the retaliation was swift: death threats, online harassment, and relentless disbelief from fans unwilling to tarnish a music icon. They called me a liar, a gold digger, accused me of trying to destroy his legacy, she said. Yet, in spite of the cruelty, Cummings has turned into a voice for survivors, partnering with organizations that fight for underage victims targeted by celebrity predators.
Latasha Forbes. The bad boy office that became a prison.
In 1994, 17-year-old Latasha Forbes believed she was getting her big opportunity when Diddy invited her to the New York office of Bad Boy Records. Instead, she says she was taken into a private room where Diddy allegedly raped and abused her while she cried for help that never came. The hardest part was walking out afterward and forcing myself to smile at his staff as if nothing had happened, Forbes said in court papers. She spent years struggling with trauma and addiction before finding the courage to come forward in 2022. When she did, she claims bad boy associates tried to ruin her reputation, digging up her juvenile records and spreading false stories. Determined, Forbes has filed several lawsuits and recently testified before a New York grand jury investigating Diddy. "I will not stop until he is held responsible for what he did to me," she told reporters outside the courthouse.
Anna Kane. The studio night that never ended.
Anna Kane, a pseudonym, was a 17-year-old hopeful model when she claims Diddy and Harve Pierre enticed her to a music studio in 2003 under the pretense of a career chance. As stated in her lawsuit, they supplied her with alcohol before taking turns assaulting her. "I regained consciousness unclothed on a leather sofa with my outfit ripped," Kane wrote in her filing. She tried to end her life twice in the years that followed before beginning intensive counseling. When she submitted her anonymous suit in 2023, Diddy's attorneys quickly sought to have it thrown out, labeling her accusations an invented attempt for money. Kane's legal representatives countered by providing matching diary notes and therapy files that supported her story. Although she still fears revenge enough to remain unnamed, Kane recently issued a statement. "I want every young woman who has gone through this to understand. It was never your fault."
Justin Gooch, the nightclub horror. He couldn't forget.
In 1999, Justin Gooch, then 16 years old and a budding actor, claims that Diddy approached him at a nightclub in New York. According to Gooch, Diddy led him to a VIP restroom and sexually assaulted him after purchasing him drinks that left him confusion. Gooch recalled in a 2024 podcast interview, "I came to with my pants down and him over me." He battled homelessness and substance abuse for 20 years while remaining silent due to the shame. When he eventually came forward in 2021, insiders in the music business rejected his statements as a desperate attempt for attention. Nevertheless, Gooch's thorough description of the club's design and personnel that evening gave his story additional weight. He started a nonprofit that offers legal assistance to victims of celebrity assault, and has since emerged as a vocal supporter of male survivors.
The forgotten victim, Liza Gardner's silent friend.
In 1990, an unidentified 17-year-old went to an entertainment industry event with model Liza Gardner, completely unaware she was about to be made an additional claimed casualty of Diddy's recurring misconduct. As per Gardner's sworn statement, her friend was sexually assaulted by Diddy and Aaron Hall after being led away from the main party. Gardner revealed in a 2023 legal interview that the young woman returned trembling, with her dress ripped, but forcefully made me vow to never tell a soul. The victim herself never publicly came forward, opting instead to move abroad and completely disconnect from the entertainment business. Gardner explains her friend endured serious depression and was hospitalized repeatedly through the years, stating to investigators, their actions shattered her life. Although this victim has never spoken out, her account has now become key evidence in various lawsuits filed against Diddy, with legal representatives maintaining it proves a multi-decade-long habit of predatory conduct.
Jane Doe. The case that could change everything.
In the 2025 Alabama lawsuit, the woman known only as Jane Doe poses possibly Diddy's most serious legal danger. While specifics remain unknown, court officials believe her allegations involve Diddy beating her while she was a minor on one of his homes. What distinguishes her case is the tangible proof, apparently including DNA and contemporaneous medical documents, that has lasted the decades. Jane Doe has been protected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week owing to death threats. Her legal team successfully petitioned to have the case considered under new legislation that extend the statutes of limitations for childhood sexual abuse. This isn't about money, her lawyer said at a recent hearing. It's about making sure no other girl goes through what my client did. Legal observers believe that this case, more than any other, could eventually bring Diddy to trial. Each narrative illustrates not only alleged misdeeds, but also the tremendous courage required to challenge one of music's most prominent people. From death threats to public shame, these survivors have encountered every conceivable adversity in their pursuit of justice, yet they continue to fight, knowing that their words may help future victims. As more information emerges and laws change, their persistence may eventually compel a decade-long reckoning.
The culture of silence. How Diddy allegedly evaded justice.
For years, rumors of Diddy's behavior swirled in hip-hop circles, but few dared to speak out. The music industry's famed code of silence, in which careers are created or damaged based on loyalty, kept victims in the shadows. Those who did step forward were frequently rejected, intimidated, or paid off. But these victims refused to give up until Diddy was jailed. They offer their experience as a lesson for everyone to be on the lookout for monsters around them. I was just a kid, Anna Kane wrote in court filings. They took turns. I thought I'd die. Latasha Forbes' tale is similarly traumatic. I screamed, but no one came, she admitted in a 2023 interview. After that, he threatened to ruin my life if I ever talked. Justin Gooch's statement adds another horrifying layer, an alleged pattern of drugging victims to render them incapacitated. One minute I was drinking, the next I was waking up in pain, he told me. I didn't even know how to process it. As the trial nears its conclusion, the claims against Diddy have grown into a roar. From Billy Cummings to Jane Doe, the stories are too numerous and consistent to ignore. It is unclear whether justice will eventually be served. However, one thing is clear. The period of impunity for strong predators may be coming to an end. And if the courts won't act, the court of public opinion has already and will always act.